Good morning, friends and students. Again, I welcome you with me. I mean to say Dr. Jha from Delhi. From the closet, I mean to say that a small room meant for, you can say about that worship and whatsoever things are there. Not to speak of that, you can say about that a small whiteboard is there from where I just operate. But here today it is not the day that is thought to be just teaching, you can say about that or speaking something. It is the day of motivation. Motivation, especially for the very persons who are thought to be educated, unemployed. Let me just put a question in the sense. Getting the job and age is relatively just finished. That doesn't matter at all. You're sitting at home, what are you doing? You're simply beating the bush. You're sitting at the home, what are you doing? You're killing your time. You're chatting, you're getting some sort of the amount in the form of, you can say it about that, maybe some sort of just a given help, you can say it about that on the part of the system, on the part of whatsoever things are there. Now the age has come, it is 21st century, my dear student. Let me tell you, or just many a sort of thing that I felt in the life that is really supposed to longer and longer. Many a time Facebook actually simply tells it about that, who are you? You simply just tell about you. A little bit of thing I would like to tell about myself, but I don't think about that it will be giving you any sort of thing, provided you are getting inspired, provided you have got the willpower, provided you wanted to do something in the life. Life doesn't confine, particularly with the bread, with the rice, with the food, with the very atmosphere you live. Life means a kind of challenge that is to be faced, challenge that is to be beaten, challenge that is to be really surpassed. And you simply just read the history, you will find it over there, the person who has started the life from the very ground level, that person who started the life from the very hunger, the person actually started from the very torture, and they actually got the pleasure in the life to come, you can see here. Now the question here is that, you look and you see, and you feel, you meditate. You think it about that your life is over. No. You think it about that your age of service is over. It is not. There is one field. The field is the field of politics. The field is the field of parliament. The field is the field of assembly. The field is the field of, you can say it about that, municipal corporation and whatsoever things are there. There you can actually try your level best. You see the scenario on the television. You see the political party. You see the individuality. You see the personality. What are they doing? They are simply just blaming each another. They are really supposed to be just counter-blaming. And this is how the entire public is really supposed to be lost in the very crowd. What to do and what not to do. Is it sufficient to get the 5 kg of rice? Is it sufficient to just actually get to yourself to be mesmerized? One of the gentlemen, while interviewed, I put a question, they simply told it about that. Suppose if a leader actually spends crore and crore of rupees, certainly is likely to be just getting Arab rupee. Is it not sure? Why don't you become a leader? Just let me quote an example from, you can say it about that Munger, one of the leader was there, Mr. Mandal, I forgot the full name. But that Mandal, he has started moving door to door and started telling the people, I'm a poor person. Give me 10 rupees, give me your vote. And he became successful. He actually won and he becomes just, you can say it about that parliamentarian during that year I forgot. You can also do the thing. And don't you think it about that? Suppose, I mean to say it about that, a person is actually applying for the sake of peon. His qualification is fixed for class 8. What about the leaders who are actually getting the responsibility to run the very country? What about their qualifications? Should it not be fixed? What about their retirement age? And what about suppose once you become an MP or maybe a MLA, 6 months if you actually continue, certainly will be getting the pension. Why don't you actually try for that? Suppose you want to become IAS, you want to become UPSC. Despite all the things your labor, what are you doing? You are simply carrying the file, particularly just beyond the handle, or you can say khadi, I mean to say that. In the present context of the thing, is it not the system? You want to talk about, I mean to say, freedom of speech. I put a question many a time. Some person speaks. Some person actually just make a sort of abstention. Is it the life? Leave yourself to be really supposed to be choked. Leave yourself to be really supposed to be concerned about that actually exploited. Exploitation was there in the past. Exploitation is still today, you can see it. Suppose if you glance on the nature. Nature has given everything for every person. Even the species, or even you can say about that the birds or maybe whatsoever things are there in the name of development, or in the name of just covetousness, in the name of greediness, or in the name of self-centeredness, in the name of leadership, or in the name of, you can say, exploitation, whatsoever things are there. Persons, what does the person do? One person exploits another person. I quote here who? William Wordsworth. What man has made of man? Man is made of man. Somebody has become master, somebody has become slave, and for the sake of, we can say, giving lecture, the good lecture is actually told or not to speak of that, the very language that is thought to be crafty, the language that is thought to be considered about that, motivating, the language that is thought to be considered about that, just giving you inspiration, but out of inspiration, what are you actually getting? You are getting frustration, you are getting excited about that, concussion, you are getting yourself to be really supposed to depression, you are getting yourself to be killed like that, if you did not see it. So my dear friend, still time is there. Awake, stand. Just actually collect a few rupees and just collect the information. Nomination file, maybe you are uneducated. What has happened to be so? What are you going to just lose? Already you have lost many sort of thing. Who knows? Your luck will favor. You will come to the parliament and you will be better leaders in comparison to the present existing one. Because you have seen hunger, you have seen scarcity, you have seen pain, you have seen, just to consider about that, crisis of money. And certainly if you come to the parliament, if you come to the assembly, and you will be really supposed to be serving nation better. Life doesn't mean flashiness. Life doesn't mean pompiness. Life doesn't mean burger. Life doesn't mean pizza. Life means your hunger. Life means your love. Life means your scarcity. Life means you belong to a village. Village, just right now you see the situation of village. Almost all the person run from the village and come to the city. What are their life? Is it not hellish? You can say it about that, they are not living, they are simply existing, dragging his soul somewhere else like that, isn't it here? And this particular thing shows it about that. Life doesn't mean for the political leaders. Life doesn't mean for the 20% who are thought to be posts. If you simply just make a sort of glance, right from SC, ST, right from, you can say it about the middle class, lower middle class, they send the person to the parliament. This time you simply show it about that, the persons who are educated, the person who does the thing for the sake of yourself. And maybe any party belongs to, and if he is educated, he is really supposed to be getting some sort of emotion for the person, for the hunger, for the wretched, for the downtrodden, for the conceit about that, the persons who are getting conceit about that, tears to be really supposed to just wiped, tears to be really supposed to make cheers. That type of person, if you really bring, certainly our country will be far, far better in comparison to that. Now, question is there. Yesterday I was listening to the news. 30,000 people killed. Not people, it is Sainik. Nearly lakhs and lakhs Sainiks actually killed Russia. Who were killed? I tell openly. Did you ever see any of the leaders to be killed? No. Why do Sainiks? Why do common people? Why do other persons? Is it not supposed to be so when we actually speak about peace, when we speak about calm? We speak about, I think I just have to challenge the persons who are thought to be concerned about that pacifist, making the very organization, making this thing and that thing. What are they doing? Sitting particularly in the just air-conditioned room, from there itself making the very planning. You, my dear friend, this is how peace doesn't come. Peace simply comes when you go to the very persons who are needy, and after that you make the very just consent about the ointment to be applied. Peace means the persons who are getting hunger, you just will bring the food to the very person. Not the food to be actually thrown like some sort of alms, is not here. Give the work in the hand. Certainly out of the hand, if the work is given, money will be actually got. And out of that, if you actually purchase something, certainly there will be self-dignity. Here the question is there. Even after 75 years of independence, I don't think it about that person has got the courage to speak before the leader. Courage to speak before the officers, is it not here? And let me quote one of the example here, I will be actually putting the thing. One of the old men I asked, my dear Grandpa, can you tell me one thing? You saw before independence, India. After independence, India. What is the difference between the two? In one sentence he told, the white Englishman, he beat, but after that he was feeding. But black Englishman after independence, he is beating but not feeding. This is sufficient to understand the thing. And this is how I appeal to the very young generation. I appeal to the very uneducated educated unemployed sitting at home. Come forward, my dear friend. You collect 1 rupee from each of the door. Move here because you have nothing to lose. But you will be getting to the parliament. You will be reaching to the assembly. Is it not, sir? This is what is the thing. I simply want to say it about that. If you work, it should be seen. If you are honest, it should be seen. If you are dishonest, it should be seen. If you are wrong, it should be seen. Everything should be transparent. But where is the transparency? And you see, wherever you go, you are not conscious. Certainly person actually loots you, certainly person actually just make you to be just deprived like that. Let me quote one example. I have to just go back to the village. I mean to say that I was sitting particularly just at certain place. The person, after laboring from the very field, they came and collected there and they started taking their food. They started talking about petty politics and they started talking about road. They started talking about the people. All of a sudden I had to interfere. What happened to the road? It is not constructed. Why not constructed? Because person eats it. Who eats it? The contractor. Who eats it? Concerned leader. So why don't you make a sort of opposition? No, I cannot do. We cannot do. Why? Because they have got the ruffian, they have got the revolver. There are the questions here there. What about their number? Their number are 5. And you are 5,000, you are 500. Out of 5,500, if you some come together, certainly the person getting the revolver while looking at you, he will be running away. My dear friend, if you want to make your nation to be just rectified, if you want to make your nation to be really supposed to be up, you want to just actually make the tears to be actually really supposed to be wiped off almost all the person, you must come forward. And there is a saying, self-help is the best help. Nobody will be coming to you with help. Right now, I just quote the example of Uttar Pradesh and many other persons. Lakhs and lakhs persons are there running and they are running, they are chased. Is it not here? What were you running? You simply come to the parliament. There is the ample opportunity to get the employment like that. Is it not here? Not think of the very salary that is 30 to 50,000. You think of the salary more than lakh like that. And your life will be brighter. Your life will be really supposed to be better in comparison to the very life you are existing. Is it not here? Life is what we really make it. It depends on us. It depends on individual. It depends on nation. It depends on internation. Or you can say it about that when we talk about the family. There is no sort of distinction. There should not be any type of discrimination. But on paper something is there. Something is there. In practice something is there. This much. Thank you. Thank you very much.